to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing really good. I'm so excited to be here. I just got out of the shower. You know whenever you just have a shower that hits so diff? Like, it was just so warm and so great, and I'm so in a good mood right now and just excited to be here. And we are going to be talking about none other than someone who has been the hot topic of this month and last month, which I know he would be very happy with, so you're welcome. It is Mr. Lapdog Ryland Adams. Woo! Crickets. Crickets. You know why it's crickets? Because it's Ryland Adams. Now, Ryland Adams, in the most respectful way, is someone I would say is one of the more boring people in the world. Respectfully. Not my cup of tea. At all. But whenever I'm going to talk about him, I would like to let you know that Ryland loves attention. Now, don't we all, babe? But Ryland acts recently like he doesn't like attention. And now Ryland, someone who loves attention, did not like the attention that he was getting within the past few weeks. Whenever he got in a drama himself, but it wasn't a little shady drama. It was one that actually had consequences and made his audience be very turned off by him. In terms of, they were attacking him so much that he had to disable the likes and dislikes on his podcast, which is a podcast with two people, and on his last one he told us about ego and how he's learning about other people's ego and how to control other people's ego and how to be more self-aware and, you know, not love yourself as much, which is ironic because, again, he has a podcast with two people on it, him and someone else, but yet the thumbnails are always just him and the podcast centers around him, even though the other girl, Lizzie, gives as much effort. But again, it's Ryland's podcast, Ryland Adams. Write that one down in the book about ego. I said that in the last video. Oh, and by the way, the response to that video was unbelievable on people being like, the hypocrisy of this. If you're not aware what happened, basically, Ryland, after getting dragged by the Trisha drama in which she was exposing how much of a lapdog he is and a weasel, to phrase her, is exactly what she called him, and also him being a bad friend and being obsessed with Jeffree Star and choosing Jeffree over Trisha. We've been through this. But anyway, Ryland has the Drama Channel podcast, which he talks about drama and celebrities and YouTubers, and he had no problem doing that until it flipped on him. And so then it flipped on him and he was like, you know, it's too much, the internet is too toxic. And in the thing that we called him out, he said that he was annoyed that teenagers have phones and that teenagers, you know, are so negative and that teenagers love drama so much and this is what gets clicks. And we're supposed to be, like, getting lectured by Grandpa about this whenever he literally has a drama channel and he is in a job because teenagers have phones and they love drama. Like, he just didn't like it when it was flipped on him. So anyway, Ryland was trending on Twitter. This is now a separate thing. Yes, Ryland is just in the news at all times. I do believe that, oh, I'm gonna throw my little conspiracy theory out there. I believe that there is a PR team involved, allegedly, in my own opinion, and that's why Ryland has been in the news so much, not Shane. Ryland, because obviously Ryland is the one who's posting videos and making most amount of money between the two right now, and Shane's not, so why not have all attention on Ryland, right? Because then it makes more sense, because the money is going to him. I think that makes a lot of sense. So anyway, you're probably like, why was he trending on Twitter? Actually, you're probably not asking that because you probably don't care about Ryland either, but anyway, let's do it for the video. He was trending because his ass pic resurfaced online. Now, I'm not talking his nudes, as in ones that he took. This was people pulling into question something that Shane Dawson did a year ago, a couple months ago, I think it was a couple months ago, in which, for his anniversary with Ryland, he posted a nude picture of Ryland. Now, I can't show you it, but Ryland is on all fours, his ass up in the air, and he's not wearing anything except for, like, a low-cut shirt. That's the image here. I'm so sorry for describing that to you. I'm so sorry for putting that in your head, but you needed that context. So, he was trending on Twitter by, you know whenever you, like, trend in, like, different states, like, depending on how many, this is just to, like, humble him. Sorry. Whenever you trend on Twitter, you can trend worldwide or you can trend in different areas or whatever. Depending on how many tweets is, you know, how you will trend in different areas. Ryland was trending at the peak at, like, 2,000 tweets. So, keep in mind, whenever we're talking about Ryland trending right now, it's the equivalent of, like, a comment section on YouTube just tweeting about this ass picture. So, now we're gonna watch a video of Ryland addressing this on his podcast because, of course, you know, for someone who doesn't like drama, you know, let's address the drama on the drama podcast. He's basically saying about, oh my god, why was I trending? I'm trending again. Let's humble yourself. It was like 2,000 tweets. Anyways, let's get into him addressing this. Now, I'm so happy for Ryland, honestly, and I genuinely mean this, because I know that he is someone who craves any sort of attention, and all opinions of him aside, I'm really happy that he's been getting it the past 2 months. Like, he's been the side extra in all of Shane's videos for the past couple of years, even though he's literally marrying Shane Dawson. And I'm happy that he's getting his own moment now, because I know he's been craving it for the longest time. You know, he started on Clever News as a drama channel. Obviously, that wasn't enough, and then he was in Shane, and he was never funny enough to, you know, be one of the main characters. You know, Garrett and all replaced him. And then, you know, Shane's videos kind of fell apart, and then he took over with Jeffrey, and... You know, I'm honestly happy for him that he's allowed to, you know, have his moment now. You're welcome, Ryland. See, that's me being positive! Okay, here we go.
To the right, and I'm fucking trending. I was
trending. Sorry, trending with 2,000 tweets. Now, keep in mind, when things trend in, like, normally, it would be, like, at least, like, 20,000 tweets. So, that's also something to keep in mind. It was just his little followers tweeting about it.
I was This is exactly the problem. Nothing good happens on Twitter. My heart sank.
What did you do?
Exactly, what the fuck?
Nothing ever good happens on Twitter, even though we get all of our news stories on Twitter. Come on, Lizzie, you know as well. You've been getting called out in your hypocrisy as the little co-host. Come on, Twitter's where you get your news, so nothing ever good happens on Twitter. Twitter is your job.
Heart sank.
What did you do?
Exactly, what the fuck did I do? I've been minding my own business.
You see that, like the shouting, is that what people say I sound like? You know, people are like, why is he so loud? Because if it's as obnoxious as that, no offense, I really do need to take that into consideration. I apologize.
Sitting in my own house, not doing anything, barely checking the internet at all.
Yeah.
And so, like, you can only assume it's for the worst thing ever.
What was it? The worst thing ever?
I'm scrolling. Well, if it was the worst thing ever, we probably wouldn't be recording this podcast right now.
I love how, sorry, not to take it to this place again, but I love how they're making a joke about it being the worst thing ever and all, coming off of what happened with Trisha. They literally just passed that drama with Trisha. Trisha lost her friend of 12, 14 years. Ryland was involved too. They chose Jeffrey. They got exposed for that. And they're just like, over that night. But this is the worst thing that can happen to you. Okay.
Crying and like...
Oh, sorry. Him saying about assuming the worst as well is kind of just hinting at, you know, the drama that did happen with Trisha. But then again, the worst happened because you were the worst in the situation. So let's get that out of the way.
My heart sank.
What did you do?
Exactly, what the fuck did I do? I've been minding my own business, sitting in my own house, not doing anything, barely checking the internet at all.
Yeah.
And so, like, you can only assume it's for the worst thing ever.
What was it? The worst thing ever?
I'm scrolling. Well, if it was the worst thing ever, we probably wouldn't be recording this podcast right now. I'd be, like, crying and, like, deep breath. So I'm like trying to take myself.
You know, deep breaths, guys, because, you know, he's being so zen and so self-aware these days, as he told us in the last podcast. You know what I mean? He's reading a book on ego, guys. He's so self-aware.
Yeah.
Trying to calm down my heartbeat because I'm like, I don't know what I did. And I'm scrolling and I'm trending because of an ass photo. And I was like,
what ass photo?
So confused.
This is the first time I've wished I knew how to work Twitter.
And I'm so glad, honestly, you don't know how to work Twitter. Like, that's my favorite thing about you.
God, what does that say about her personality?
So
no offense, Lizzie, but how boring are you if that's his favorite thing about you, that you're not on Twitter? No hate, but I'll hate.
Scrolling and I'm scrolling and it's like, oh, not Ryland Adams' ass on my timeline, but I think Twitter might have removed the photo because I couldn't find it.
Unfortunately,
like,
they didn't,
because I saw
it too.
Did they hack my phone or something? Did somebody get access to my pre-sell OnlyFans pics that I've been stalking?
Oh my god.
They're calling it hashtag Bootygate.
No, my god!
No one called it hashtag
apparently
Bootygate.
This was happening last night.
You have a hashtag trending.
Well, this was this morning, so this was the...
I hate to burst their bubble. I really do hate to burst the bubble, but this was not... That was not trending.
In the height of its trend, because, like I said, I'm off Twitter, but...
The height of its trend, 2,000 tweets.
Like, Ryland Adams' ass photo. It's the fucking farting photo.
Okay.
It's never going...
So, basically, as you can see, he puts it up on the screen, and it literally just... This is the censored version. Now, I just want to pull into question. Shane Dawson uploaded that picture uncensored to millions of young children. So you can imagine when we're all seeing it, because we're getting it tweeted at us, and we're like, where did this come from? And then they're like, oh, Shane posted it, and we're like, Ugh. Ugh. You know what I mean? Ugh.
Photo
Oh,
that's
baby.
never going to leave me.
Yeah.
And I was like,
But we knew that when you aired that.
no, I didn't. I think we
You-
had this conversation.
I mean, I remember seeing that and thinking like, wow, that's bold.
Well, it was our anniversary photo. Shane was like,
Right.
happy anniversary. And
No,
it's
I
like
remember.
a slide. And
Yeah.
at the end, I'm in my farting pose. Because we all know I have gastrointestinal
Sorry, I'm trying not to be.
and
I'm trying not to be shady with my facial expressions. I'll just smile from here all night.
needing to go to a doctor, but with coronavirus,
I love
it's like,
this.
who wants to go anywhere?
Right.
And so I just suck it up and I get into my farting position multiple times a day. And Shane even said, like, in the caption,
You suck it up and let it out.
My farting queen or something.
Yeah.
But the gays and the world apparently
gays.
thought it was like me getting ready to bottom
Right.
on the floor
Right.
on all fours on my anniversary.
Oh, I would like to be excluded from this narrative. I would like to be excluded from this narrative. Okay, respectfully, like, honestly, respectfully, one-on-one, Ryland, I do not want to picture that. So let's stop that there. I can't believe that Shane posted this picture, honestly. I cannot believe he posted a picture of Ryland naked for all these kids to see. And then you think about it, all these OnlyFans girls are getting suspended on their Instagram because they dare to show a little bit of ass. But it's okay when Ryland Adams does it because Shane Dawson has all these followers. It's like, very weird. The standard for men and for women is completely different, and I would like to have that conversation. We posted a video yesterday on Zoella talking about kind of female puberty versus male puberty and the different, you know, expectations on it. And you can go watch that if you want. It's a very interesting conversation. And I think it applies here as well, that, you know, Shane was able to tweet out a fucking naked picture of Ryland Adams and it be approved and be seen by millions of underage fans. And people whose their job is to do that can't even post like a picture where their ass is out a little bit because, you don't have followers and we can silence you. That's a side conversation though. You know what, Ryland? I'm really happy for you that you were trending a little bit. You were 2,000 a little bit. You know what, honestly, I know you want this and I'm happy for you. However, if you were really going in on yourself in terms about ego and, you know, trying to be more self-aware and not caring about numbers and followers and likes and people talking about you like you said in your last episode, surely you wouldn't talk about this in your new podcast, right? Or no? Bestie, let me know. Like, if Ryland Adams is telling us, the audience, the besties, that he doesn't care about, you know, followers and likes, and it's too draining, and it's too toxic, and anyone who talks about that is toxic. And then the following week is like, I was trending, woo! How are we supposed to reciprocate this? Which narrative are we supposed to run with? You know what I mean? Which one is the direction we take? Do we believe you or do we not? I mean, here's the thing. Attention in which he's not being called out, he loves it. Attention in which he's trying to be held accountable, doesn't like it, and we are toxic, and we are the devils. I think that is pretty much the conclusion of this. I want to know what you're thinking about this, though. We can talk about it below. If you want to see the picture, I don't know why you would want to, but it's on Shane's Instagram, and it's on my fucking Twitter, it's on any drama channel's Twitter, it's on any commentary's Twitter, it's on anything, because people kept tweeting it at us, and we had to quote it, basically being like, let's not do this, because everyone was filling our fucking replies with this picture, being like, talk about this, and we're like, what are we supposed to say? What are we supposed to say? So I think my quote, and people sending it to me, was, people are saying this is their 13th reason why... The picture. Oh, Jesus. I love you. Thank you for watching. I hope you're having a really good day, a really good night. Stay awesome. Have I ever said stay awesome to you? I fuck with you. Bye.